The Evergreen Media Network Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Honestly, without Treasure Coast Community Health, I think we'd be a much poorer community in terms of our health. We're always striving to fill the gap for everyone in the community, rich or poor.
Good afternoon and welcome to Community Conversations. You know, every week we get together, but the seasons pass, and here we are already into almost winter. Certainly the holiday season is upon us. And so, always with an attention to our children, I want to bring up a couple of different things. The first thing is a huge shout out to the Indian River County School District, who received an A for the district. That is huge. You all need to thank your teachers, thank your principals. That is everyone's hard work at play. We haven't had this honor since 2016. So as a member of the Moonshot Community Action Network, which works with the Learning Alliance, that is a huge push that they have done over the years, and we haven't had this since a very long time, but it's due to all the hard work of our board members, Dr. Moore as a superintendent, and everyone else involved. So wear it with pride and thank those that have made that happen. I'm also very kid-oriented today because I've brought back Dr. Elzoobi and Casie, two of our pediatric folks that love to talk with each other. They're at different locations and share information with us in a very calming, lighthearted, but factual way. Yeah. So welcome back.
Thank you.
With the holidays upon us, we are breaking some routines, some out of necessity because it is cold and flu season. So give us an update on what you think is happening, what you're seeing in your practices.
Yeah, I think that as the seasons change, right, when we got back to school, we saw an influx of some viral illnesses. We saw a little pop of RSV come through the community, but it really has, we saw a little COVID in the beginning. We've seen that kind of move out a little bit, and we're seeing more influenza. Influenza B seems to be the bug of choice right now, so to say, and kind of, seeing how that presents. We're seeing a lot of patients come in with fevers, some tummy aches, kids leaving school because of it. So we're making, availability in our schedules to see those patients, have them come in, get their flu test. Best way to help reduce your illness of flu is that flu shot. Still reminding them. No, and that's one of the great things, Dr. Elzoobi. I'm sure you tell patients that.
This is the time of the year where you're going to get common colds. Mm-hmm. And as you say, the majority are just runny noses, a little cough, fever. Some parents worry a lot about those symptoms. What I like to tell the parents is wait 2 to 3 days, treat it symptomatically. Mm-hmm. And symptomatically means just blow the nose, make sure the child is getting plenty of fluids. Tylenol, Advil. After that, if you're worried, bring them to the doctor. A cold should last 7 to 10 days. But if you have high fever, earaches, a lot of other symptoms, you should worry. Now, the other thing, this is the time of the year where we all get together with grandparents and other family members. So, and we transmit the flu, and we are worried about a little bit about COVID, not as much. So if you have elderly in the home, hopefully they've been vaccinated. I do notice a lot of hesitancy with the flu vaccine, and we're not going to fight the parents on that. But we're going to tell you, you will be tested for that because we need to make sure if you have something else. With regard to COVID, with kids, it's not that serious, to be truthful now, but there's something we need to pay attention. If a child gets COVID, you need to worry 4 weeks down the road if he has symptoms. So if your child has some very strange symptoms after a very mild case of COVID, please bring him in. Please call us. That's the most serious time. Now, you have 2 little kids. Have they gotten any colds or anything like that?
Yeah, we get hit just like everybody else. I have a first grader in an Indian River County school, so very proud of that. Indian River County A. Yeah, we've picked up the bugs. We've had the stomach bug. I'm pretty sure it was norovirus that came through the house. They have had, influenza. We had a little RSV in November. So respiratory syncytial virus, lots of thick cough, congestion, but in our house, what we do is we do a lot of symptom management, a lot of nasal saline. We do a lot of fluids. My kids are pretty good water drinkers, but we'll get
What
them to
about
drink.
that chicken soup thing, right?
We will, yeah.
I mean, we got to talk about that. Does it
and
work?
washing our hands.
And washing our hands.
Washing our hands, the best way to reduce
and blowing
things.
your nose.
Typical boy, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about RSV. When do you start worrying, Casie?
It's funny because I worked mostly in the DC area for the last 10 years, and our RSV season's a little different. We usually see it towards the, end of November, October. I think with our high-risk patients for getting RSV, we start our Synagist, which is, prior to the new vaccine or the monoclonal antibodies. We would give these patients monoclonal antibodies that would prevent them from getting prevent them from getting RSV because they were high risk. And we would do that starting in November.
And would that include the parents of newborns?
So with the new, with the new monoclonal
vaccine,
antibodies, prior to that, we only did it for high risk patients, and that was the Synagist program. But yes, now we do have availability, and we have that at Treasure Coast in the pediatric side.
Okay.
And so new babies coming in, and also pregnant moms can get it.
So,
Really? Well, they're still pregnant.
Well, yes, in
yeah,
their
that's
third
the
trimester.
latest thing, and we'll test the water, how it goes with.
Okay.
The most important thing about RSV, the younger the child, the more we should worry. Okay, that's what we want to take from us.
Yeah.
So basically, we worry about those kids, and we're going to go back again about basically hand washing. All right. The other thing in Florida, the weather is great. So you tend to go out and mix a lot, versus up north or the Midwest. I was talking to my wife this morning, and I told her we're going to talk about winter bugs. She said there aren't any. We're in Florida.
Well, she's got a point.
You say,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's interesting here, though, is the transient population of the seasonal community coming in, right? So
Aunts, uncles, grandparents.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes.
Everybody loves to come and visit the
That's
Treasure
right.
Coast.
And what is the first thing they do? They want to hug your kids.
Which brings up, safe-proofing your house.
You're absolutely right. I know there are a lot of people, and I'm even, guilty of this. My daughter is 2.5, and I had a friend come visit with her 18-month-old. And there were little things that I had forgotten in a year that my, cords needed to be up so she didn't pull the lamp down on herself. And I felt like such a bad mom, nurse practitioner because I'm sitting here and this is what I do for a living.
Yeah.
But it's easy to be absent-minded, but we really want to watch out for those chemicals under your table. Under your cabinet. We want to make sure the laundry pods are up and out of reach. Remember, that scares me so much. Those things look like candy.
They do.
Medicines.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we have a place where the grandparents or aunts and uncles are taking their medicines or keeping them up off a shelf.
And I think most of them do, but I noticed that because we're anticipating very young visitors in a week, and where we take our medicine, it's not that we don't put it up high, but if you're used to just dumping that bottle in your hand and you're not over a counter and you drop one.
Well, I take blood pressure medication, and it's got like 7 days, and it's so easy to open. But I don't have any little kids in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
but if you do,
exactly,
you're right.
You have to think about those things.
It looks like something they
like
would
a
play
toy,
with.
like click, click, click. Absolutely.
Exactly. And then the other thing is the pool, because our visitors ask, our older boys can swim in your pool. And I had to laugh and say, now remember, it is winter in Florida. It may not be.
Well, do you have a heated pool? That's the first thing.
Of course we don't.
Yeah.
Come on, we live in Florida. We have natural sunshine, and it is winter. We do observe some seasons. But, working with the Rotary and Josh the Otter Project, we go out to the preschools every year and talk to the children about water safety, because 4-year-old boys are deemed to be independent and just playing, but that's the highest cause of death for 3, 4, and 5-year-old boys. Not to say that the girls aren't affected, okay, but the natural activity and, let's have fun. And you were watching Johnny, weren't you?
Yes, and you're talking about boys, and actually, boys tend to end up diagnosed more with ADD and ADHD, okay? But you cannot make a diagnosis at 4 years of age.
Because there's that maturity factor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or at 5 years or at 6 years before you follow some healthy tips. You know, so what would you do if I bring my 6-year-old, my 5-year-old to you, Casie, and say, he's all over the place?
I have that. You mean when I bring mine to you?
This is what I'm going to tell you.
Perfect.
Is he sleeping during the night?
Right.
Do you have a TV in the bedroom?
Yeah.
Does he have a tablet? I am amazed. We're creating a generation of computerized kids. I'm wondering what type of present you're going to bring your child this year. An app? A little computer? No books. Think about this.
Oh, don't say that to somebody who just gave kudos for a district because of their reading and literacy.
We're going to talk about that. Books as the most important thing.
Okay, but we're going to take a station break first because I don't want to interrupt you. So we'll be right back. Treasure Coast Community Health in-house pharmacies have the lowest prices in Indian River County, even lower than big box pharmacies. Taking your medication as prescribed leads to better health. Affordable medicine makes it easier. Treasure Coast Community Health patients can pick up medicine as they leave the office or use free delivery and mail order services. Pharmacists are always available to answer questions. Switch to TCCH pharmacies. Save money, stay healthy. 772-257-8224 and ask about our price match.
Right now at Sunshine Furniture, it's holiday sale time, so you can save up to 50% on selected groups of indoor and outdoor furniture from Lloyd Flanders, Telescope, Windward, Capri, Seawinds, Universal, and lots more. Sofas, love seats, dining sets, patio groups, occasional chairs, bedroom sets, all on sale just in time to make Santa say ho, ho, ho. Also, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half off. And don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store just across the street from our main location for lots of great holiday bargains. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza next to Planet Fitness in Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day. Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Ooh, have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
And welcome back to Community Conversations. As always, if you're just joining us, my spiel is I'm Vicki Soule, the CEO from Treasure Coast Community Health. Very, very happy to be able to provide information back to our community. It's our way of giving back. A little bit about our providers at times, and today I have the pleasure of welcoming 2 of our pediatric specialists back. I want to dispel the natural thought that it takes a long time to get through to our pediatricians. That is nowhere close. You could get an appointment tomorrow with almost any of our pediatricians, certainly at all of our locations. We care for our children very much, and so we are sharing more information that hopefully you'll find useful as we are in the /holiday winter whatever kind of celebration that we are in December. So before the break, Dr. Elzoobi, you were talking about the things that we see in our younger, not youngest, but younger children in terms of being all over the place.
Exactly. So we we get sometimes parents worried about ADD, ADHD in very young children around 4 to 6 years of age. And we try to make a diagnosis, but before that, we really emphasize the importance of a healthy lifestyle. And that basically is making sure your child is getting 3 healthy meals, snacks, and getting a good night's sleep, reducing TV time and reducing tablet time. And I'm going to go to books. The analogy is this: when you're on a tablet or TV, you're not using your imagination. While on a book, you're using your imagination. I'm going to give you an example.
So true.
I read Dune as a teenager. I just loved the book. When the first movie came out, I was like, I imagined it much better. When the second movie came out, I was like, it's okay, but you're missing this and this and that. That's how much a book is important. Just remember, when your child is on a tablet, that's it. A book creates imagination and creates the ability to sit still.
Yes.
Okay.
As well.
Well, it's also how you use the tablet, though. So,
go ahead,
it's hard way to balance, right? I have a 6-year-old who does like the tablet, and it's nice, but we balance it in that we're trying to mimic his outdoor hours and imaginative play hours, also limiting what he does on the tablet. So there's so much time that can be YouTube, right? Where he's watching artists or he's watching other kids play. And then there's so much time that can be podcasts where he's listening to a story
good.
Or Audible books. So I'll lay with him at night and we listen to the first Harry Potter book together. And I did that before he could ever see the movie because I wanted him to imagine and envision the characters. And it was such an amazing experience to watch the movie with him and him to be like, that's not how it was in the book.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're right. It wasn't. And so, yes, we need to find this place where it can't be no tablets, yes tablets. It's this like small way that we can change because technology is going to be a part of their lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the dinosaur in the room is going to hark back to, we set our kids in front of Sesame Street, okay? But it was the same kind of philosophy as the health department now promotes, 5, 2, 1, and 0, okay? 5 fresh fruits and vegetables a day, small servings, but, making sure that we think about a balanced diet, okay? 5, 2 hours of screen time, whether it's TV, laptop, whatever it is, going to the movies, And I still enforce that with our children, again, because, as you say, the deepening of the brain and the synapses happen through that imagination, and they're not going to get if they're spending 6 hours playing a video game.
And Casie, I like this generational difference. She is utilizing it in a communal way. With her son, not her son sitting alone doing
as
it.
a babysitter.
Exactly. That is the most important aspect. That's a great point.
But I am going to go back to the books. Okay?
Yes. Well, we love books.
We love books. And books, you can start reading to your child at 0 age because building that vocabulary happens in books by pointing and repeating that you can't do on a laptop as easily or on a
Well, I'm going to bring another open, since me and you are the same generation, is basically, fine motor skills. I see a lot of kids and they're regressing in fine motor skills. And I think it has to do because the kids are engaged, not as engaged as previously.
Right.
Right.
We used to have those little balls with different shaped things.
Exactly.
And I thought it would just be for that 6 to 12 months. No, they found different ways to interact with that. Your daughter probably still is.
Yeah.
But they're hard to find.
Yeah, they are hard to find. I mean, that's a good point in that, we need to find age-appropriate play, right? And it needs to be tactile, right? We need to invoke all the senses.
Absolutely.
But it's amazing to see how my 2-year-old at 6 months of age knew to swipe, right? So it's also about
reading
modeling.
left to right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, and we're not the perfect parents. I'll put that out there. I went to school to be a care provider, not a parent. But what we try to do is to kind of find ways that we can engage both the sensory, right? Get the hard book,
right?
Get the Audible story, watch the movie, get it in different media.
And it doesn't have to be a 2-hour time frame.
No.
I hear so many people say, "Oh, I just don't have time for that. I'll do it
15
later."
minutes here, 15 minutes
exactly.
there. Engage with your children. By the way, it passes fast.
It sure
It passes
does.
so fast. And, I told my wife, I don't remember I did this with them. She says, you did a lot. But I don't remember it. It passes. If there weren't any photos or little videos, I'd say, I didn't do anything with those kids. I can't hold it over them. No, I did that with you.
Yeah. So I'm going to finish the 5, 2, 1, and 0.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Particularly the 0. 0 sugary drinks. That is a tall order during the holidays, but parents, stay vigilant. Give them milk instead of soda. Everybody's going to be bringing soda to your house when they come visit. Stick with the milk, except for as a special thing.
But I'm going to talk about that. During the holidays, we tend to feast.
Yes, we do.
And, we have children that we're worried about them with weight gain and that. But I'm going to tell you, during the holidays, let them enjoy it. Let them enjoy those communal meals. It's us together.
That's true.
Okay? And
just hold off on cookie number 12.
15.
Okay, we're close. Exactly, because they're slippery little devils,
you asked me
I catch
about
mine
them.
with a handful, and I'll say, you need to put some of those back. It's like, this is the first handful I've had. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to call him out in front of everybody as a liar, but I don't think so.
Well, I discovered the place. I walk around. I've been here just recently, and I discovered this place called Slice of Paris. Man.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we're going to move on from there. So we've got about 2 minutes left. Any other things that you guys really want to emphasize?
I think
Giving during the holidays.
Yeah.
Giving.
Yes.
Or gratitude in general, a gratitude practice.
Yes.
To teach our children that there's others in worse situations, whatever you're in.
Or being thankful, right? Just making sure that they realize what they have is special, and whether it's time, whether it's an opportunity to do something, whether it is a meal, whether it is a gift. What are they thankful for? What did they enjoy, right? Taking that moment out of the holidays. And I think, Dr. Elzoobi, you had a great point about giving back to our community.
Yeah, I think this is the time to give back to our community. Look at the organizations that are working for the community, okay? Food banks, public health institutions, anything that is working with all our population. Okay, I have two. I have two organizations that over the years I've always given to, and they work in international communities. But my thought over the years has changed: give to the local organizations first. That is very important, and teach your kids to give.
Well, and sometimes asking them to give is difficult, but as they get older and their lists get smaller, asking them, what gift can we as a family give instead of buying you another wallet or another app on your phone? What can we as a family do?
And your children will learn from you, even if you don't think they are.
Yes, they do. They hear a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. I have my son is in his second year law school in San Diego, so I look at his bills. I'm paying for it. And he's giving money out to this charitable organization, and I scratch my head. It's the same one I'm giving, but you're not working.
You're giving my money.
But I'm happy.
Yes, exactly. Okay. I'm happy that you guys were able to be here this week again. You're doing great work for all of our community members. And again, if you don't have a family practice or a pediatrician, please give Treasure Coast a call. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. And we will be back next week. In the meantime, be safe, be healthy. Goodbye.
Thank you.